A former Toronto 18 suspect files a complaint with the Human Rights Tribunal. The security certificate against Abdul Qayyum will be dropped. And more violence erupts in northwestern Pakistan. Hello and welcome to OMNI News South Asian Edition. I'm Angie Sapp. One of the men who was charged but later cleared in the Toronto 18 homegrown terror plot is heading back to court. OMNI News has learned that Abdul Qayyum Jamal has filed a complaint with the Human Rights Tribunal. This after his employer fired him over alleged criminal activities. But as Nauman Khan reports in this OMNI News exclusive, no one seems to know what the criminal activity is and where the information is coming from.
Other than that, I have to find a work.
Abdul Qayyum Jamal should be driving a school bus at this time of the year. Instead, he's unemployed and says he doesn't understand why.
When you don't have any means of earning, I look like I'm becoming a beggar now. Soon, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. Okay, so I have to find out where I'm going to live. You know, it's depressed. And sometimes I get angry for things, and I have sleep problem. I'm worried.
Jamal says he received a letter from his employer last month that the company would not be hiring him this school year due to alleged involvement in criminal activities. A spokesperson from the company's corporate headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio, confirmed Jamal's services had been terminated.
I think it's fair to say that our drivers are responsible for safe and secure transportation of children, and we've got a duty of trust to those parents of those children, and if at any stage we have anyone who we consider does not meet the high standards, then we have no hesitation in terminating them or not employing them in the first place.
Jamal was arrested and charged as part of the Toronto 18 homegrown terror plot, but later cleared and freed by the courts. He's maintained his innocence throughout. Jamal's lawyer has filed a complaint with the Ontario Human Rights Commission alleging discrimination. Anser Farooq says he's not only seeking compensation, but also disclosure of the evidence the company based its decision on.
What has happened to him today is an ongoing effect of the charges that were initially laid on him, and took almost some years for the Crown to ultimately come to the conclusion that he should never have been charged with participating in the bombing allegation. So he's suffering consequences as a result of those charges. Not only did he suffer 17 months of solitary confinement, his life has been devastated thereon, and the impact continues from different now employers at this point in time.
Officials with the RCMP and CSIS tell OMNI News they don't normally comment on any ongoing investigations and therefore would not confirm or deny if Jamal is part of any probe. Although all charges against him were stayed and withdrawn in early 2008, a report written by the New York City Police Department's Intelligence Division names Jamal as one of the members of a homegrown terror threat. This 90-page document is widely available on the internet and reportedly used by international intelligence security agencies as one of the guides.
Titled Radicalization in the West, the Homegrown Terror Threat, the report gives details of terror plots such as the Madrid and London transit bombings and the Toronto 18. And that's where Jamal's name comes up. He is defined as, quote, a spiritual sanctioner to some of the accused and someone who influenced and politicized youth at a Mississauga mosque. Jamal says he still visits the mosque as part of his religious duty to pray 5 times a day, but gives no sermons and says he has nothing to hide.
Sustaining my family is more important for me, and it's important for everyone. And that's the first goal in front of me. I can't look at it like what people think about me or what. I get the job, I work, I'm happy, So, and I'm trying to rebuild my life, but so far it's no success.
Jamal's lawyer filed a complaint with the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal yesterday, and it could take weeks, possibly months, for any mediation or an actual hearing to take place. In Toronto for OMNI News, I'm Nauman Khan.
To watch this story and much more